Real Madrid is about to make decisions that could define the club's next few years. A potential signing valued at €130 million could transform the merengue midfield. Meanwhile, a young striker developed in the youth academy is close to achieving a historic milestone, being officially registered as a first-team player and, on top of that, contending for the iconic number 9 shirt with one of the squad's most high-profile stars. But that's not all. The transfer market remains filled with worrying developments. Xabi Alonso has requested reinforcements, but the board seems to be heading in a different direction. And off the field, Real is facing a legal dispute that could directly impact its debut in the 2025-26 season. If you're passionate about Real Madrid and don't want to miss any detail of what's happening behind the scenes at the biggest club in the world, subscribe to the channel now and turn on the notification bell. Here, information comes with analysis, emotion, and true commitment to the badge. With Toni Kroos retiring and Luka Modric transferring to Italian football, Real Madrid has lost its two main references in midfield organization. The mission to find a replacement capable of controlling the tempo of the game, breaking lines, and maintaining possession under pressure is now urgent. In this context, the search for a midfielder who can take on the role of game orchestrator has become an absolute priority. The required profile is clear: a player with a high ability to retain the ball under pressure, tactical intelligence to manage the flow of the match, skill to carry the ball forward, and contribute both in the build-up phase and defensive compactness. The board's first target was Rodri, a key player in Manchester City's system and considered by many analysts to be the best defensive midfielder in the world today. However, as expected, the English club considers him non-transferable at the moment, shutting down any chance of negotiation. With the stalemate, Xabi Alonso turned his attention to French football, more specifically to Paris Saint-Germain, and identified Portuguese midfielder Vitinha, 25, as the ideal technical and tactical fit to fill this gap. Vitinha has been establishing himself as one of Europe's top midfielders under Luis Enrique. His ability to navigate tight spaces, combined with a refined vision of the game and high volume of progressive passes, makes him a complete midfielder with modern attributes that perfectly align with the positional model desired by Xabi. However, PSG's response was immediate and categorical: Vitinha is considered untouchable. According to the French outlet Foot01, the Parisian club will only consider opening talks if an initial offer of €130 million is made, a fee that would not only represent the highest sale in PSG's history, surpassing even Neymar's move to Al Hilal, but would also place Vitinha among the most expensive players of all time in world football. This figure would even exceed the €115 million Real Madrid paid for Eden Hazard and the €112 million invested in Jude Bellingham, the current star of the team. For Real Madrid, such a signing would represent an extraordinary investment, not only financially, but also strategically. The club would need to rethink its entire budget structure for the season, possibly negotiating players with high salaries or releasing squad members to make room for the investment. Additionally, there's a symbolic component involved. Executing a move of this magnitude would be a clear demonstration of full support for Xabi Alonso's project, providing him with an elite midfielder to continue the club's dominance in European competitions. The merengue board, however, remains cautious. Officially, the club considers the transfer window to be closed at this point. With 4 recent signings and several youth players promoted, the priority now seems to be financial balance and internal development. Nevertheless, it's understood internally that the midfield remains the most vulnerable area in the squad, and Vitinha's name is still on the table for a potential move, especially if unexpected developments occur in the coming weeks. And now I want to hear from you: should Real Madrid make this historic investment to sign Vitinha, even with the high cost involved? Or is it better to wait and explore other options in the market? Comment down below and share your take like a true Madridista. While the external market poses complex challenges, at home Real Madrid is reaping the rewards of its work with the youth system. Striker Gonzalo Garcia, just 21 years old, is one step away from being officially registered as a first-team player. According to the newspaper Marca, the new contract is already agreed upon, and the announcement should come in the next few days. Gonzalo, until just a few months ago, was practically unknown to fans. Despite scoring a crucial goal in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals against Leganés, he hadn't played a significant role in the first team. That changed drastically during the Club World Cup, where he was the standout player under Xabi Alonso, 4 goals and 1 assist in 6 matches, with direct involvement in decisive moments. With this performance, the young striker not only secured his place in the squad but now has his eyes on an even greater goal: claiming the number 9 shirt, recently vacated by one of the squad stars who opted to switch to the number 10. Gonzalo has already expressed internally his desire to inherit that number, a symbol of leadership in the club's attacking line. His main competition will, of course, be the French star signed this season. However, Gonzalo has the manager's trust, and so far, No other player has requested the number 9. Not even the young Endrick, who is still adapting to European football. The conditions are favorable. The coaching staff believes Gonzalo can be a valuable asset in the attacking rotation and, if he maintains the same level of performance from the Club World Cup, he will get meaningful minutes throughout the season. And what about you? Does Gonzalo Garcia already deserve to wear the number 9 shirt, or is it still too soon for such a big responsibility? Comment below and join the debate with other Real Madrid fans. Despite 4 signings already confirmed in this transfer window, including the arrival of Franco Mastantuono, one of the biggest prospects in South American football, Real Madrid still shows clear gaps in the squad for the 2025-26 season. The most sensitive areas remain the defensive sector, particularly the center-back position, and the midfield, which recently lost 2 players who were absolute references in the organization and control of matches. According to information published by The Athletic, coach Xabi Alonso has already made it clear in internal meetings that in order to consistently implement his playing style, 2 additional pieces are necessary: a midfielder with physical endurance, composure under pressure and vision, and a young center-back with an athletic profile, good ball-playing ability, and a modern defensive reading. In other words, a defender who combines height, speed and technical quality, traits increasingly valued in elite European football. However, Real Madrid's board seems to be taking a different route. The club's current institutional stance is one of restraint, focusing on market opportunities, deals with high potential return and low entry cost, instead of strategic, targeted investments to fill immediate squad needs. While this approach may be financially prudent, it poses a competitive risk, especially in a season that will start with high expectations and pressure to win titles both domestically and internationally. Recent history offers clear examples of the dangers of this conservative strategy. In 2023, the failure to sign a natural centre-back led to the improvisation of Aurelien Tchouameni as a central defender in several important matches. Despite the French midfielder's efforts to adapt to the new role, the result was a noticeable drop in the defensive unit's performance. The team struggled with aerial balls, had difficulties in transitions, and lacked chemistry in the back four. This kind of improvisation compromised key moments in the campaign and served as a warning for the need for more assertive planning. This year, once again, viable names were available in the market. French defender Loic Bade, with experience in major leagues, was available for just €30 million, a very reasonable figure considering the current inflated state of the market. Another name that was discussed behind the scenes was Christian Mosquera, a young Spanish talent who ended up being signed by Arsenal. Both players had the physical and technical profiles Real Madrid needs, yet the club chose not to move forward with the negotiations. Given the lack of reinforcements, the only piece of good news is the possible opportunity for homegrown players. Centre-back Joan Martinez, currently in the final stages of physical recovery, is viewed internally as a medium-term option with potential to earn minutes throughout the season. In midfield, young players Manuel Angel and Thiago Pitarch are being closely monitored by Xabi Alonso. Both have participated in training sessions with the first team, and the expectation is that they will gradually be integrated into the squad in competitions such as the Copa del Rey and lower-pressure league matches. However, relying solely on young players, no matter how promising, in such a demanding season could be risky. Experience shows that when Real Madrid invests in targeted high-impact signings, the results tend to come quickly. A clear example is the success of Jude Bellingham, who arrived young but ready to take on a leading role immediately. The same could happen with a centre-back or midfielder who joins now and is ready to compete for a starting position from the start. And you, Madridista fan, what do you think about this transfer policy? Do you believe the club should immediately invest in a new centre-back and midfielder, or do you agree with giving more prominence to youth academy players? Leave your comment below and join the debate on the channel. Not every player chooses the easiest path. Raúl Asensio, a young defender at Real Madrid, turned down offers from Middle Eastern clubs that would have guaranteed him a starting spot and high salaries. Instead, he chose to stay in Madrid and fight for his place in Xabi Alonso's squad. The decision is even more admirable considering his recent performance. Asensio went through a tough spell in the Club World Cup, where he made several key mistakes: a penalty, a red card, and a direct error that led to a goal. Despite that, according to the outlet Real Madrid Confidential, the player believes he can still regain the coaching staff's trust and earn a contract renewal. Asensio has overcome challenges before. He came up through the youth system, was promoted to the first team even without Carlo Ancelotti's full confidence, and is now trying to reinvent himself under a new head coach. His performance this season could determine not only his future at the club, but also his role going forward. Do you think Raúl Asensio deserves another chance, or should Real Madrid let him go? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the conversation with the community. Finally, behind the scenes, Real Madrid is trying to postpone its opening match in the 2025-26 La Liga season against Osasuna. After 2 rejections by sports justice authorities, one from the competition's single judge and another from the federation's second instance committee, the club has only one option left: to appeal to civil court. According to Mundo Deportivo, this will be the only legal route to request precautionary measures to delay the match. The new sports law, in force since December 2022, moved cases of this nature to the civil jurisdiction, making further appeals within the sports structure impossible. The challenge now is time. There are less than 2 weeks before the match. The club will have to file a formal appeal and await the decision of a civil judge, who may or may not accept the request based on the case's merits and the urgency of the calendar. If you've made it this far, it's because you live and breathe Real Madrid just like we do. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video with other fans. Here it's all about serious analysis, merengue passion, and a commitment to the truth. Until next time, and Hala Madrid.